Hey everyone, Matt Montada here. And before we get started, I have a few films here that I saw that I want to show you. Tully, I gave it a B plus. Sorry. Mission Impossible, Fallout, A plus. My favorite movie of the year so far. First Reformed, I give an A. Show Dogs, I give an F. Action Point, I give an F. Skyscraper, I give it D plus. And I also have the last two movies that I saw right here, but that's gonna be my main attraction for this video, is to talk about those last two movies that I saw on the same day, actually. And first of all, let us talk about... Oh, frick me. Ugh. Let us talk about... Freaking hell. Christopher Robin. Now, I'm gonna try to talk about the last two movies that I saw, both that and The Meg, and put them all in one video. But anyways, excuse me. But anyways, I was very excited for Christopher Robin. Mainly because Winnie the Pooh did manage to become a part of my childhood when I was a kid. And in preparation for the movie, I rewatched The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh from 1977, and it is a classic that still holds up even to this day. So, as you can imagine, I was very excited to watch this movie, and overall, my expectations were definitely met. There's only one little nitpick that I have with it, but aside from that, this is an incredible family film. And the type of family film that we don't get that much anymore in Hollywood. A bunch of Hollywood movies geared towards children and families. It kind of saddens me that a lot of them had to rely on like pop culture references and crude humor. Especially Show Dogs. Show Dogs was, ugh. I don't know what that was. But this movie is not only a great family film, but it's also the type of family film that manages to address not only what it's like to whatchamacallit, to live as an adult while also trying to relive your childhood memories. And it's the type of stuff that we don't see that much in Hollywood anymore. The importance of family, remembering your childhood. Like, it's the type of stuff that really tugs at my heartstrings, especially when it comes to family films. Especially considering I'm a very nostalgic person. But anyways, in terms of the acting and voice acting, everyone does a great job. Ewan McGregor was perfectly cast as Christopher Robin. Jim Cummings, who I actually met twice at two different Comic-Cons in Florida. He does an excellent job as Winnie the Pooh. Probably one of the best vocal performances of the year. Jim Cummings also does the voice of Tigger as well. Pretty much every person that they got for the cast and the voice cast was perfect in their role. And in terms of the technical aspects, the CGI is really good. The cinematography is decent. My only complaint with the film is that the editing gets a little too fast after a while. Especially when it comes to the more emotional scenes. I mean, don't get me wrong, this film definitely hit me right here. Hell, I even managed to shed a tear or two watching it. But there are times where you feel like they're trying to rush these moments as quickly as possible. Thus, thus kind of hindering the impact of the emotional scenes. But overall, I thought this was just an excellent, excellent family film. The acting was good. Everything from a technical aspect was incredible. Excuse me. Gosh, I'm so gassy today. Anyways, and the whole nostalgic feel to it was just very well utilized. And there's also quite a lot of little nods to the original Winnie the Pooh cartoons, which I really liked. And if you watch any of the Winnie the Pooh cartoons, you'll understand some of the references that they spew out. And overall, it was just a very, very lighthearted film. So overall, I would give Christopher Robin an A. And now to talk about the other movie that I saw on that same day. That is The Meg. Alright, so, about The Meg. I was not excited for it, honestly. I thought it was gonna be a huge piece of shark poop. Excuse me. Gosh, I'm so gassy today. Anyways, after watching the movie, I can definitely say that while it was, I should say, better than I expected, that's not really saying much. It's not a terrible movie by any means. It's not like the worst thing ever. But still, I just didn't find this to be a very good movie. Now, everything from a technical aspect is okay at best. There were some shots that I thought were pretty cool, especially when they went underwater. The editing is fine, the directing all around is decent, and some of the visual effects I thought were okay at best. Mostly due to how inconsistent they looked. There were times where it looked good for the most part, especially on the shark. There were times where the shark looked very realistic and lifelike. But there were times where it did not look that good. In fact, you even start to notice some of the CG once the movie starts getting into its later parts, which I'll talk about right now. Because that's honestly where the positives end for this one. The acting wasn't awful, but it was just mostly mediocre and bland. Jason Statham tries, but all in all, I just didn't find him to be like a huge standout in the film. I just couldn't find anyone in the film to give a huge standout performance. And in terms of the script and humor, they're pretty corny, honestly. They try to incorporate humor into a serious film, and it just didn't work here, honestly. The reason why I feel like it worked in something like Infinity War is because they were able to use it at the right time. It made it so that it can balance out the tone in Infinity War. You know what I mean? It makes it feel less tasteless. Just the humor and script here and some of the corny dialogue just puts kind of a bad taste in your mouth, even when they utilize it during the most serious sequences. But probably my biggest flaw with the film is that for a film that thinks that it's trying to be sort of this old school B movie, I just can't tell whether it should have been very good or very bad to do so. Like, the whole movie just felt so confused in its tone, and it just felt inconsistent as to whether or not they wanted it to be like a very serious film or just to be dumb fun. Like, you can't combine both of them together and expect me to consider it fun. So yeah, all in all, while it does have some okay technical aspects and a couple scenes here and there that were okay, just everything else on top of it is just bland and forgettable and not that scary, especially when your film tries to rely so much on just nothing but jump scares, which this movie does a lot. Just all in all, it just wasn't the movie for me. And I just couldn't find that much enjoyment out of it, honestly. So all in all, I'm going to give The Meg a C-. But yeah, those are my 2 reviews for today. I'll definitely be trying to upload more reviews soon in the future. And yeah, see you guys later. Bye.